Hi, Captain Eric Menino here with Jet Ski of Miami and Fisherman's Boat Group. And today I'm standing on the 315 Conquest by Boston Whaler. Okay, so we're starting at the back of the boat, which probably one of the most important things is the motors that are hanging on the back. These happen to be 350 Verados by Mercury in the Cold Fusion White. Great motors, great fuel efficiency, and let's talk about how quiet they are. The quietest motor out there on the market, period, end of story. So now let's go into the inside of the boat and let me show you all the creature comforts inside this 315 Conquest. Okay, so let's talk about fishability and family functionality. A lot of boats you see out there either have too much of one or too much of the other. What Boston Whaler gives you is the best of both worlds. So whether you're a fisherman or a family person that just wants to go cruising or want to take your boat to the Bahamas, Boston Whaler has everything that you need to make that happen. So let's talk about some of the creature comforts in this 315 Conquest. Let's talk about the fish box. Everybody knows that a Boston Whaler is the unsinkable legend, right? And so with that being said, every compartment in this boat has foam around it. So it's all insulated. So all our fish boxes and all of our models are insulated to the fullest. So you put ice in there, you put fish in there, and you are golden for the entire day. No problem. And then let's go into some of the other creature comforts as having, as far as fishing goes, a big, huge, round live well. The baits don't get beat up, they stay nice and fresh, and you have plenty of live well space. Now, let's go into some of the family functionality of this boat and seating. You pull this up here, you have seating here for people to hang out, you have seating here. So if you want to just relax or watch your lines out on the water and stay out of the sun, you got seating here too. What's great about Boston Whaler is, as I mentioned earlier, is you have so many things to do on this boat, whether you're going out with the family or if you're going out fishing. Plenty of rod holders, plenty of shade for the boat, big sturdy T-top that locks you in with isinglass, put the air conditioning on, and if it's 100 degrees out that day, you're still staying nice and cool. Okay, so let's talk about some of the amenities now on this 315 Conquest. Out here in the area where everybody's sitting, you have a place for a table here. You can grill. You have a place to keep your meats. You have a place over here for your refrigerator to keep all your stuff in here, nice and cold. You have a sink. Let's go up into the middle of the boat here where your actually captain area is, and let me show you some of the features in here. Okay, so now we're in the midsection of the cabin of this boat. And what's unique about the Boston Whaler is it gives you so much more than meets the eye. You know, when you get in most boats, you look at it, you got a seat here, you got a seat here, you got a seat here. You know, you get in here and on a Boston Whaler, you just pull this out and you have an automatic table for you to eat. You know, fold this away, out of the way, never even know it was there. You can put the filler cushion in here and this becomes a full layout. So you have so much more room in here to do a lot more things. Okay, so now we're in the captain's seat. Very comfortable. You have your arms that lift up to get out of the way if you're a big guy like me, or if you want to just lock yourself in because there's waves going on. You're nice and comfy, nice and sturdy. Digital fly-by-wire motors and control right here. You have your joystick, which is an option. I highly recommend any boat of this size. You don't need a bow thruster anymore. You can have your joystick, which operates the boat in so many different ways. You have your searchlight, which is up on top of the boat, so if you're running at night. You have your active trim. What's great about the active trim is you could be cruising along, you hit a button, and it'll automatically trim your motors up to give you the best fuel economy at that RPM that you're running. Pretty cool stuff. And not to mention your typical stuff like your gauges, your stereo system, using the Fusion head, great stereo system in here, all JL speakers. Trim tabs are right here. You know, what's nice about a Boston Whaler and any Boston Whaler that you get into is everything is right there at your fingertips. You don't have to be reaching all over the boat and the side, and you'll see some boats that are just not comfortable when it comes to being the captain of the boat. But now let's go downstairs and show you some of the creature comforts down there. Okay, so now we're downstairs in the 315 Conquest in the galley. And remember I was telling you earlier about creature comforts? I preach that word because it's so important for families to have as much room as they possibly can. And not to mention if you have kids. You know, you pump the AC down here, there's a place for them to go. They can go up underneath here and go and lay down and go to sleep with the air running. If you want to cook something, you have a stovetop here, you have a microwave, you have your refrigerator. There's just so much stuff in a 31-foot boat. Enough for the whole entire family and their friends and so on and so forth. Look how big the bathroom is. You have a shower in here, you have plenty of room. I'm 6'1", I can stand in there with no problem. This whole area here, all you need to do is fold this down, put the cushion here, and this becomes another bed. So you can put 2 or 3 people here, the kids or even adults back underneath there, and you're sleeping 4 or 5 people in a 31-foot boat. And if you encapsulate this whole area and close it in and pump the AC, you could sleep 2 people up here, 2 to 3 people down here, 2 to 3 people down here, and everybody's got a place. So I think the 315 Conquest is the perfect size boat for the family. If you want to take this boat and go to the Bahamas, you want to put it up on a sandbar, you just want to stay out in the middle of the ocean and do nothing, the 315 Conquest is the way to go. So I want to thank you for taking your time out on your busy day to go through the 315 Conquest. But I just want to get into one thing that people ask me all the time, is really what is the best boat for my entire family? And I'll show you this one right here, and I'll tell you why. It has everything you can possibly want, whether you're a fisherman, whether you just want to entertain friends and family, or you want to take the kids out to the sandbar, or you want to take the boat to the Bahamas. The 315 Conquest will more than exceed your expectations. But for more on any one of my Boston Whalers, go to my website, jetskiofmiami.com, and look me up, Captain Eric Menino. Be safe.